here with Tricia Vanderburg, local artist right here. Right now we're in Ocean Isle Beach in front of one of your murals, but you have lots of other ones around the county and further.
Yes.
So thank you for letting us come out, and especially to see this. I mean, it's a beautiful piece of work, and I want our viewers to know all about all your different pieces, but first tell us a little bit how you became an artist.
Well, all right. My background is just very basic art.
Okay.
Learning very basic art from a teacher that allowed me to just be myself, expand as I needed to expand and learn and grow. And so I'm largely self-taught.
Okay, which is neat. That's neat, because you were talking to us earlier, and if someone calls and you might not have done that before, you're willing to do it because you've kind of taught yourself to do everything else. So that's good to know.
Right, right. Once you get the techniques, you learn about color, you learn about different techniques. Nothing scares me. I figure if you can paint one thing, you can paint anything.
Hey, that's a very great talent to have. I wish that's something I had. So you obviously paint murals, and you paint more than that. Tell us, just kind of run through some of the things you've done in the past.
There's not enough time probably, but I actually started out doing more portraits, even as a young woman. I realized I had a knack for that, and learned pretty quickly that I could get the likeness of people, and so I ran with that. A lot of artists may tend to shy away from it, but I went with it, and therefore, even in school, I was picking up commissions for portraits and that sort of thing, and just grew from there. And I started out teaching myself the basics of drawing, and once I got that down pat, I felt, then I grew into the painting, where I felt comfortable with that. So then I would get very good with that, and then extend to different types of painting.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you also, I know you showed us a piece, you said was with ink that you've done. So you can do that. Were the artist for a book.
Yes.
So can you tell
and that
us?
was pen and ink.
Okay.
So, because basically a lot of times for artists, it, especially if they're self-publishing, it's less expensive, but the graphics work. The pure black and white looks great in print, I think, and the color mostly on the cover of the book is what's eye-catching, and once you have on with that, then the illustrations inside are fine.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Now, for something like this, first, what all have you done painted like on a mural? Obviously, this is a beach scene here. What else, I guess, kind of are your specialties? Yeah,
I ended up in more recent times doing the simpler, relaxing, maybe more so in a home environment for most folks. Of course, if they're into the bright colors, we can do that too, which I have done. I've done local restaurants such as the Bagel Shop in Seaside. I did the bagels. I still, get a lot of response from that, and people say, "Oh, I studied that. How in the world did she do that?" I'm like, I don't know. It's scary,
Yeah.
Those ideas. I did a mural at the Creamery in Calabash. Cows.
Which we've had them on the show. We've seen that before. It's excellent.
They have great ice cream too.
They do. But that was awesome. Those cows on the wall. I mean, so you can do it all. There's really not much you can't do.
It doesn't scare me. I will certainly give it my best shot. I think that's, as long as you have a good attitude, it's going to come forth.
Yeah. Now, what's kind of the process? Say someone calls and says, "Okay, this is what I want." How do you go about imagining what it's going to look like, choosing kind of the style, the colors? How do you go about that process?
First thing I do is communicate with them extensively, whether it's in person, over the phone. I would really like to meet with them to determine exactly what they need and what they are looking for. If it's a mural, for instance, if I can come to your home environment, I go with the colors that are around to make sure that it actually looks customized to that wall, and it will, using their color scheme.
Right. Very neat. And then you also have some things, like you were just saying, you have some stuff online. I know you have stuff on Etsy, and there was another website. Can you tell us about those websites and explain to people how they can get your prints through that?
I'm really excited about becoming a part of Fine Art America, if you just look at my name there. I have posted my art there to be able to print to your order. It can be printed on canvas, paper, metal, acrylic. I just think it's a great thing, and I just keep posting that art that you have a big selection to choose from.
Very neat. And then also just, you're in the Yellow Pages. You also have a telephone number. I wanted to hold this up because we haven't had, I love this, and we haven't really had, you know, someone do this, and I think it would be great. I mean, it has your name. These are the two websites you were talking about. And then down here is your email address, and then both of these telephone numbers you can be reached at?
That's right. Just remember Tricia Vanderburg. Google me. I'm in the Yellow Pages. It will reveal these sites to you online.
Okay. Yeah. Well, this is great. Now, before we wrap up, I know this one, I mean, is gorgeous. Is it one of your favorites, or do you have a favorite piece that you've done before?
That is very hard to pinpoint, because my favorite is the next thing I'm going to paint. I say, because I'm going to, once I've done it, it's in my past and I'm moving on, kind of thing. And I'm excited about the next project, your project. You call me, I'm excited with you about getting it done to your satisfaction. Of course, I do painting for my own pleasure too, and hopefully other people like that. But if I had to pick one thing, especially one type of thing, it would be portraits that I have done for the deceased relatives of people have called me to say, I'm really thinking about a portrait. I lost my mother, my father, whatever. And being able to see their faces of comfort when they are able to see the portrait for real. I did one recently that did become one of my favorites. It was a portrait of twins, and she had lost her twin a year before. And I said, well, can you think of yourself without her ever in your mind? She said, no. I said, then you had to be painted together, don't you? Absolutely. And it was delivered on the anniversary of her death, and I have received so many thank yous to that.
Oh my
and so that just gives me great pleasure to help somebody that way.
Excellent. Well, I'm so glad that we got out here and we got to know you, because you're great. You're so fun to be around.
Thanks.
And just to be able to show just some examples, because you really range, I mean, from books to paintings to murals, you really can do it all, and I'm glad our viewers can see that.
I appreciate it.
Well, thank you, and I hope you get contacted, because
I do too.
Because I'm sure our viewers will really enjoy this, so thank you.
I appreciate it very much. Thank you.